Hi guys, it's Jen and I am back again with another video. This video is going to be a bit different from what I normally do. I'm going to do a what's in your fridge slash pantry haul slash shelf, whatever this thing is, because that's where I keep my food. So I'm going to show you guys what I have, and I'm going to give you guys just a couple of tips as I walk through and basically show you guys what's in my pantry, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so on my first jar I keep my oil. I get this oil from Walmart. It is the cheapest place I have been able to find organic coconut oil that is USDA certified. The price ranges from $11.99 to $8.89. That's the cheapest I've saw it, and $11.99 is the highest I've seen it. And this tub normally lasts me like a couple months. I think this one I just got recently, but like a month or so ago, but it'll last me at least 2 months. This coconut oil. Keep in mind that I do bake with it as well. I don't just eat and scoop coconut oil out, but it lasts me a good 2 months. Right here I have my pastas. Right now all of our pastas are gluten-free, simply because I wanted to try out gluten-free pastas. Now I was not successful. I tested out this pasta. I think you cook gluten-free pasta differently than you do regular pasta, and I cooked it like regular pasta. So if anyone has any tips on how to cook gluten-free pasta, you can leave them in the comment section down below. That would be very much appreciated. Also on my top shelf I keep all of my fruit that I want to ripen. Tip is to buy your fruit that when it's not ripe, buy it like when it's it's not ready to be ripened yet, and then you just ripen them at home, pull them out of the fridge, leave them out for a couple of days, and they'll last longer in your refrigerator. Up here I just have all of the legumes and the grains and stuff that would not fit down below. So I just have additional red beans, I have additional oats here, additional sunflower seeds, and my ginger. Then I have my popcorn for when I get hungry. This is like my snack. It's a great substitute for chips. If you guys feel like you snack too much on chips, try popcorn. Right here, these are my plastic baggies. I just used the leftover plastic baggies from the grocery store, and that's what I use as my juice container or juice whatever. Right here is where, you know, that is what it is. Here's my chia seed flour or ground chia seeds. This is good for smoothies. This is also good as an egg replacer, and I use this as an egg replacer for my baking. Right here is the kidney beans, green peas, which I'll do a video on how to cook green peas because they're a little bit tricky. And then we have the quinoa here. We have the lentils, green lentils. This is a mix of quinoa, as you can see. It's like a mixture. Maybe I can get a little closer. So, ground chia, peas. Right here, just this is baking soda. You know, it comes in a little box, so you can't leave it in there. I took it out of the box after I opened it, and I just put it in a mason jar. I like to keep all of my stuff in mason jars because, one, it looks very, very presentable. It makes your pantry look very nice and very clean. Get rid of that Reynolds wrap. So I do like to keep it like that, as well as it's easier for me instead of having to go in a cupboard and look for stuff. It's just all out in the open. I can see what I need, and I can just get to it and be straight. Right here are all of my spices, but not really all of my spices. These are just the spices I use the most. So every time that I cook, y'all, I tell you, I kid you, I kid you not. Every time I cook, I always use onion powder, garlic powder, and Italian blend seasoning every time. So these are just the containers these are the spices that I use every single time I cook. Now this right here, this is hemp seeds. I use my hemp seeds in, there you go, you can see them perfect. There we go. I use my hemp seeds for my salads. I use them for my wraps. I use them and put them on top of pretty much anything. I put them on top of my fruit bowls, just all of that stuff. These are some sesame seeds, and I use them for a lot of my dishes. And they're just seeds, so I just put my seeds in a jar. I just used up all of the jars. Go down to my second counter. Okay, so right here we have our red lentils, which look orange, but they're called red lentils for some reason. They should be called orange lentils. Then we have the navy bean right here, black bean right here, and I have a bean video already on my YouTube channel. I will link it down below so that you guys can find out how to cook beans that are just dried, how to cook dry beans. Then I have my mixture of wild rice and whole grain rice. What I did was I just bought a bag of wild rice and I bought a bag of whole grain rice, and I did a 2-to-3 ratio, and I put 1/3 cup of black, well, not black, but 1/3 cup of wild rice, and then 2/3 cup of brown rice, and that's how I got that mixture there. Then we have oats right here, because we make a lot of oatmeal. Jill takes oatmeal every day, Monday. Takes oatmeal every day, Monday through Friday. Okay. And then right here we have steel cut oats, I believe. Yes, these are steel cut oats. Right here. We haven't run out of those yet, but almost out. And then these are where I keep my seeds. So these are dried cranberries. This container doesn't have a lid. I don't know where it went, so I just put the cranberries in the container. I'm gonna find the lid for it later. Right here we have sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds, and this is where dinner starts. We also have bananas here because we're starting working out Monday, training together. Alright, so now on this bottom shelf we basically have containers, kitchen containers. We have our juicer down here. This is where that Reynolds wrap was supposed to be, down here with the wax paper. And then the Kitchenaid. This is my Kitchenaid ice cream box. And this is my Kitchenaid Spiralizer attachment, corer, and slicer. This thing is bae, okay? It does amazing. I'll pull it out. It does amazing things. This is Spiralizer. It does both small spirals and larger spirals. It's it's a corer, it's a slicer, and it's a peeler. So I don't necessarily use it to peel. I think setting it up to peel is a little bit silly since we have peelers in the house, but I definitely use it as a spiralizer, and I definitely use it as a slicer attachment. So pretty awesome. Now let's head on over to the refrigerator because we have completely finished the shelf. Okay, so the question I get most as a vegan is, what do you eat and where do you get your protein from? And the answer to that question is right back there. Everything that I just showed you guys is where you get your protein. That's where you get your extra calories. That's where you get your meat. That's your meat and your potatoes over there. Now your vegetables are your nutrients. That's what you go into your fridge for. That's where you get all of the healthy things that you need in order to get your vitamins and all of that stuff in. This is the stuff you need to walk around and not be famished over here. This is the stuff you need to walk around and have your mind right in here. So look at that, guys. It is full, honey. All right, so I'm gonna try my best to run you guys through this by myself. I might have to set y'all up in here, but I'll be back once I get everything situated, and we'll continue. All right, guys. So we are going to get started. Got something propping the door open, and we're just gonna dive in. Okay, so my fridge is kind of set up based on how I like it. I keep all of my prep stuff, cooked stuff on the top, Then I keep my vegetables down below, and then we kind of trickle down vegetables, greens down here, and then fruit in one and veggies in another. And then all of my other stuff, milk, water, all just condiments and things like that, all up here. Okay, so let's go over to what's up here. Now, these are things I keep in my house. These are things that if I run out of, I go and I get it again. These are the staples. Keep this in my house all the time. Sweet potatoes, russet potatoes. These are like the meat and potatoes as well. These are the fillers. These are the things that's going to keep you full and keep you from being famished, like I said about the pantry items. I keep a lot of carrots because they're great for snacks. They're great to go with hummus. They're great just to saute up some vegetables if you feel like, oh, well, what are we gonna have for dinner? Carrots are just great because you can eat them raw, you can cook them, and that's really how I like to get my stuff. I like to get it so that you can eat it raw and you can cook it if you want to. Say if I'm just going somewhere and I want a quick snack, that's what I get my carrots for. I pull my carrots out, peel them, and just go. I got a snack to eat. Right here, this is leftover. What is this? Actually, oh yeah, leftover lentils and quinoa that I made. So that just sits up top. The reason I keep everything up top is because it gets really, really cold back here. And I found that it was ruining my produce. Like I would keep all of my greens up there and they would get frozen, and then I'd try to go cook them and they'd be kind of wilted, and it just wasn't working out for me. So I found it easier to just keep them like this. Right here, salad dressing, which I will have a video coming out very soon for salad dressing. So shout out to Lauren girl. Hey, I finally got it figured out. I'm gonna have a couple salad dressing recipes ready. Right here I have some quinoa, some leftover lentils. This was lunch, so it's basically whatever's in there. These are some grapes, some cherries because they're in season, and as you can see, they're starting to get a little steamy because I got this fridge open. These are beets. What I do is I peel my beets ahead of time, so that they're just ready to go when I'm ready to cook them. These are peelings. This is what I juice now. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that more towards the end of this video, but I'll just remember to come back to the peelings and tell you guys what that is all about. Right here, some scallions, green onions, whatever you want to call them. Here's some more grapes that just wouldn't fit in the container. These are green grapes and red grapes because I love red grapes and Joe likes green grapes. So corn, squash, kale, zucchini, and bok choy. Now, what I'm going to say about all of these are this is seasonal produce. This is purple kale. I don't always have purple kale. Yellow squash, I don't always have. Zucchini, I don't always have. But I do shop seasonally, and I shop with what's on sale. So I kept the prices on all of this stuff so I can show you guys that it is not expensive to shop. So right here, bok choy, 89 cents for 3 heads of bok choy. Right here, $1.51 for 3 zucchini squash. I think this was a little bit pricey because it was organic. Let me see. No, $1.61. There we go, $1.61 for yellow squash. The corn was 40 cents each. We got 6 ears for $2.40. You can see that back there. That was $2.40 for 6 ears of corn, and the kale was $1 each. So $3 for 3 heads of purple kale, in season purple kale. And then let's go in here. Now, Joe calls me like the avocado goddess because I keep so many avocados in here. I have 8 avocado. They come in packs of 4, and I just buy 4 packs. I like to put them in order from like what I'm gonna eat first. So I know that this one's pretty ripe, ready to go. I'll take that out and let that sit for a few days. Then I bought some really cute seasonal plums. And they were really small, really cute, and they were like $2 a pound, and they weighed practically nothing. So I got 6 of those. I keep limes in the house for water, for juice, for zest. They just come in handy for me. And then right here I have some red radish, which I use in salads, and it just adds a nice little spice to your salad and a good crunch. Kind of like celery to me, and it was on sale, so I figured why not. And I wanted to show you guys these little cuties. Look at them. They're called donut plums, I think. Hold on. Don't want to be wrong. Oh, they're called donut peaches. See that? They're so cute. I had to get one just to try it out and see what they taste like. But I'm going to try these. They're really, really cute. So I got one for me and one for Joe. But I might just eat both of them. And then down here, these are my greens. I keep them down here now because, like I said, up there it gets frozen. So I got some kale. I keep lacinato kale. I got some collard leaves so that we can make some wraps. So I'll have a video coming out for burritos, for collard green burritos. Then I have rainbow chard because it was on sale. Like I said, I shop for what's on sale. Celery I keep in the house as well. Celery is a great snack, just like with the carrots. You could chop it up and just eat it with your hummus. Good to go. Don't have to worry about anything. Or you can just eat it plain, eat it with peanut butter. It's just so much you could do with celery. And you can cook it and put it in your food and it tastes amazing. Watermelon. I eat melon. I get a melon every time I go to the grocery store, preferably watermelon. I like watermelon a lot, but I do get cantaloupe, I do get honeydew, and I do get pineapple sometimes, which pineapple is not a melon, but it's in that kind of family of like the big guys. Back here is a whole lot of cucumber, 6 cucumber because I juice cucumber, or I used to juice cucumber. That's about that container. And then squash. So every 2 weeks I do try a new vegetable. My vegetable this week, well, I try a new fruit and a new vegetable because I tried the donuts and the squash. So I'm going to try the butternut squash out. I've never cooked with butternut squash. Well, I have in culinary school, but I haven't cooked butternut squash in a while. I've been out of culinary school 4 years now, so I'll go ahead and give that butternut squash a try again. I got my donut. Tomatoes, we use a lot of tomatoes. These are 8 tomatoes. Mushrooms we get every week. We use a good bit of mushrooms, and then we have our salad mix. So we just get 1 big container of salad mix. Sometimes we'll get about like 5 or 6 containers of salad mix. Not that many, but I think the most salad mix we have had in this refrigerator, I would say is about 3. We've had 3 of those in the fridge at one time. And down here we keep these in the house along with the seasonal fruit. So our seasonal fruit right now at the grocery store, I shop at 365 grocery store. Our seasonal fruit right now is peaches. So the peaches were 5 for $3. I was like, you cannot beat that. 5 peaches for $3. So I got 10 of them. So we got some peaches in here. We got 2 bags of green apples because I also juice apples. And then we have 8 oranges because I eat half an orange a day. And then over here to the veggies. So we keep peppers in the house. We cook with them on the daily, like so I'll probably use half a pepper for dinner every night. So we have 5 peppers in here, 2 yellow, 3 red. Normally I get green peppers because they're the cheapest, but they looked horrible at the grocery store, so I didn't get them. So I recommend that when you go to the grocery store, you shop based on appearance and not price, because there's some times where it's cheaper and you like, maybe I should try that. But yeah. So Brussels sprouts, I'm talking so much so fast. Brussels sprouts, Joe loves Brussels sprouts, so I got those for him. I like them too, they taste pretty good. Cauliflower, he also loves cauliflower, and every time that we get cauliflower, he just expects cauliflower buffalo wings, so I have to kind of wean him off of those because he wants them every single time. And then he said not possible. And then we have broccoli. So those are like his 3 favorite vegetables: Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and broccoli. So that's pretty much everything we have in here from top to bottom. And then we're gonna move over here. Yes, y'all, I am holding this up with a Target bag. But there's a story behind that, so I'll explain why we have a Target thing in a second. Okay, so up here, these are all of our condiments, I guess. Barbecue sauce is my condiment of choice. I love barbecue sauce. The Kraft's barbecue sauce is, well, Kraft brand barbecue sauce. I like them because they have no high fructose corn syrup in it, and they use natural sugar. Sugar is not the best for you, but sugar is definitely better than high fructose corn syrup. Then apple cider vinegar. It's a staple. You gotta have that in your house. And the reason to have this in your house is I have it for baking, I have it for drinking, I have it for tea, I have it for greens. It's great to break down greens. If you cook, or if you're from like a southern kitchen, or your grandma knows how to throw down, then you already know about putting the vinegar in the greens. So that's what that's in here for, because I cook a lot of greens and I use a lot of vinegar. Well, not a lot. I use like a tablespoon or so. Right here, salad dressings. These are just like store-bought salad dressings. We get them every once in a while. This is balsamic glaze. It's basically balsamic vinegar, but they reduce it by half, and it makes like a really nice syrupy thing. Ketchup is really for Joe. I hate ketchup, honestly. I really don't like it. It's just a salty, nasty condiment to me. I only eat it with fries. And then sriracha. Once again, that's for Joe. This is my chili paste, which this is great for Asian dishes. When you're cooking and you really want like a Chinese stir fry or something, use this chili paste, some agave nectar, and a little bit of liquid aminos, and you will have the best sauce in the world. It's so good. I've done that before, just stir fry some veggies with chili paste and agave. So good. Basil pesto from the grocery store, and that's some relish. We had a cookout, blah blah blah. Okay, so in here, these are some Wonton Wrappers. Just make sure you get them without the eggs in it, and you should be fine. These are Joe's corn tortillas. This is actual butter. It's been in here since January. I made a cake, and ever since I made the cake, I don't use butter, so it's just been in here. It's now June, and I have butter in from January. What is this? Oh, this is ginger that I cut already. So I put it in the fridge. Now down here we have applesauce, which this one's almost out the door, but we just get plain unsweetened applesauce. This is our newer one that we haven't really opened yet or messed with. Pickles from our cookout. We don't normally keep pickles in the house, but we had a cookout, and just pickles go with cookouts. And then we get 2 types of hummus. We get the hummus for me, which is the garbanzo bean hummus with roasted red pepper. And Joe, he likes the garbanzo bean hummus with cayenne pepper, and it's pretty spicy to me. I don't like spice, and he likes spice. So he gets his own hummus, I get my own hummus, and we are perfectly fine with that. Same thing for peanut butter. He gets his own peanut butter, I get my own peanut butter. He likes almond butter, so this is his almond butter right here. I don't really care for almond butter, so this is my peanut butter right here. Then we have some berries back here, some blueberries, and some jelly, which we don't really use that much jelly. I'll probably use a scoop of the and instead of jelly, get jam. For anybody that's vegan and you want to avoid any, how do I say this? You want to avoid any beef byproducts like gelatin, get jam. Jam does not have gelatin in it, and gelatin comes from bone marrow of animals, if you guys did not know that already. And this is mango peach salsa. That's Joe's salsa. I don't really touch it unless we're having tacos. But he uses it for his blue corn chips, which I also don't touch because we just have certain things that just belong to each other and we know the rules. Down here we have cashew milk. Turn it. Okay. So we have cashew milk and then we have water. So we got a gallon of water right here and a half a gallon of water. And Joe, he is so great and he takes these jugs to work every day and he refills them and brings them home. So we have fresh water. And guys, there we have it. That is everything in my fridge. And I hope you guys like what you saw. Okay, so now it is my turn to explain why I have scraps in my refrigerator. So the best way that I can put it is I watched a video for the Vitamix blender, and basically I had like an epiphany, or I just really understood what they were saying in terms of when you juice, you lose the actual fibers of the vegetable. You get the nutrients, but you get such a small portion of the nutrients, whereas had you just eaten the entire thing, you would have more nutrients, you would have more fiber, and you would be fuller. And I noticed that with juices, I experienced that. I do get a little bit of nutrients, but I feel as though, of course, I would have gotten more had I eaten the entire vegetable. And what really just put me over the edge, and I was like, okay, I'm done, and I'm going to start making smoothies instead of juices a lot, was when I had juiced, I think I juiced an apple, and I went into the, like, to get the pulp out, and there was still like a chunk of apple, and I'm like, this could have been juiced, and it just, the juicer just skipped right by it. So, yeah, we're going to get a Vitamix soon, and when we get the Vitamix, we'll kind of wean off of juices. So we do still juice, but what I do, instead of just taking an entire bunch of kale out of my refrigerator and juicing it, is I just use the stems. So when I'm cooking, I'll break everything down. If I have sweet potatoes, I'll peel the sweet potato, I'll wash them thoroughly, peel them, and I'll set the peelings in the fridge. So once I have a full container of peelings, I then make a juice with that. And sometimes it doesn't taste good, but it's all nutrients, it's all needed, it's fiber, and I want to get everything out of what I purchase. So if I'm purchasing some sweet potatoes and I don't want to eat the sweet potato peelings, I'll juice the sweet potato peelings with a little bit of apple peeling scraps and a little bit of carrot scraps, and it'll make for an alright juice. So that's what I do. So right here I have some sweet potato scraps. I'm going to show you. See? So I'm going to save this. These are just plain sweet potato scraps. I already washed it. I'm going to add it to that same container, and then a couple days will go by and the scraps will accumulate and we just juice the scraps. So for anyone that does want to avoid, or that is starting to realize that they're not getting the full amount of nutrients out of the vegetables that they purchase when they juice it, I recommend doing that because I think it'll work out for you. It's been working out for me. We did it this morning and we both got a full cup of beet juice after I peeled those beets. I think that's all I have to say to you guys. I hope that you guys like this video. If you like more videos like this about learning about me, what's in my kitchen, or anything in this video that you want to know, well, how do you cook it? How do you use it? Why do you use it? What do you use it for? What kind of meals can you make out of that? How many meals? Just leave comments down below, guys. I really am an open book in terms of eating healthy and like this food thing. We ain't new to this. We used to this, or what? How do you say it? We not used to this. We new to this. Or oh, we not new to this. We true to this. Bow. Oh, and I was talking to you guys about working out. So in 2 months, I am going out of the country. Well, 2.5 months. I'm going to Puerto Rico for my girlfriend's birthday, and I'm trying to be snatched, honey. My goal is to lose 45 pounds in 2 months. I don't really think that's gonna happen, but we are doing extreme training. We have no bread in this house. We have that pasta, the gluten-free pasta or whatever, but I don't even know if I'm gonna even use that this month or whatever. But yeah, we are training. We have a bunch of bananas, we have a bunch of fruit, we have a bunch of vegetables, and we are going to go in. Joe is going to help train me to get my body snatched. And as far as that Target thing goes, because I did say I was going to tell y'all about that, we went to Target. Long story short, living in California, you cannot, you have to pay. So living in California now, you have to pay for plastic bags. I don't know where you guys live, or if the government is practicing that where you guys live also. But in the state of California, you have to pay for every bag in the grocery store. So Joe and I, we don't pay for bags in the grocery store. We normally bring our own tote bags, and we were leaving Target. We didn't have a tote bag, and we didn't want to pay for any bags. So we just put the whole thing in the car and we just took it. But I'm going to definitely spray paint it so that no one can tell that it's a Target thing, and we're going to be using that for picnics now. So we have a really nice picnic basket, or at the least we have a recycling bin. So oh, as a recycling bin, we did. Yeah, but this is not our first time. We're not new to this. We true to this. Like I said, we've taken grocery bags before. We've taken an IKEA cart before. We do this, guys. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was educational. I hope you guys enjoyed your time with me. Be blessed. Stay stress-free. And just remember to love yourself, and to always be great, and to always be wonderful, and to always just remain who you are, and just be encouraged, and just be great, because you already are. And that's all. So talk to you guys later. See you soon.